I've kind of diagrammed it here, just a single directory called myproj with just 3 files in it, HTML file, CSS file, and a JavaScript file. And let's say we've initialized a Git repo already, and maybe even made a few check-ins to that repo. Now, we're going to be talking about branches and merging in this video. But before we get there, up until now, if you've initialized a repo and you've made check-ins to that repo, you have been working with the branch already. By default, Git creates a branch called master where all of your check-ins will go. What we're going to be doing is creating branches off of master. So our master branch will sit, think of it at the head of the line, okay? Nothing in front of master, master is the front. But what we can do is make a snapshot of master, or our project, wherever we are, the most recent change. We'll take a snapshot. It will be all of the files at the state they were when we made that snapshot. But we can make check-ins to our branch, to the snapshot we create from master. Other files that are in master will not be reflected in our branch. This is a good thing. This is because what we want to do with this branch is isolate the feature we're working on from other features that might be going on at the same time. Maybe other files that we're also working on might have a breaking effect on the code we are trying to implement. What we will then do, after we are done with our feature, we check into our branch, and we will merge our branch back up to master. So branching and merging are kind of go hand in hand. So let's start first by what we are trying to accomplish. I want to be able to work on 2 simultaneous features. Later, we'll be collaborating with other developers, so it might be easier to even imagine, let's say I want to work on feature A, and my partner is going to work on feature B, and we want to do these simultaneously. We don't want to affect each other's changes. So I'm going to make a branch for feature A. Let's say that it's styling. I'm likely to want to make edits to the CSS file. I might also want to make edits to the HTML file. Maybe I want to add some class names or whatever. So I'm going to make sure that all of the changes I want to do to index won't affect someone else working on the HTML file at the same time. So they might have their own branch for interaction. So styling and interaction will be the 2 branches we create off of master. And let's just kind of diagram that out on how it would look, along with the commands that we'll be issuing to make that happen. One last note though, you might see in your terminal prompt some parentheses with the word master in it. This is a nifty feature that the Git command line tool can integrate, which just tells you what the current branch you're on is. Up until now, that branch has only been master, so maybe you've seen the word master in your terminal prompt when you were within a Git repo. That's exactly how that's supposed to work. So I'll kind of use that to sort of keep us on track and just knowing what current branch we're sort of working on at the time. So the command to create a new branch is git branch with the name of the branch name that you were attempting to create. So I'm going to create a branch called styling. I'll do this in a different color. My terminal prompt color is going to be purple. So git branch styling. So as soon as I issue this command, git branch styling, assuming there's no styling branch already, that snapshot is going to be created. So I'm going to diagram what this would look like. It's all of the same files that are currently in my master branch, but it's going to be kind of go over here. Make sure my lines are good. Okay, so it has all the same files. It has an index HTML file, has a style.css file, has a main.js file. At the same, and it's in the same state as they were as soon as I issued this branch here. But I'm still on the master branch. After I've said get branch with the name of my branch, I've created it. It's over here. It's still at my proj. But this is styling. That's styling. I'm going to use a marker to show just whatever particular branch I'm looking at. So I'm still looking at master, but I've created styling. So I want to actually check out this branch, and that's the command we use to check things out, is get checkout. So I've created the branch, but now I'm going to check it out. I'm going to say get checkout styling. Okay. You will notice the change in your prompt now. I will see this as dev at PC, still looking at my proj, but now I'm using the styling branch. Okay, so now I'm here. Now I'm here. Any edits, any commits to the master branch will not be reflected in styling. I am now isolated from the master branch. I can make check-ins to styling, and then what I'll be doing is merging my changes from, I'll be merging the branch itself back up to master. So let's say I do some edits. I do some edits to the CSS file. I do some edits to the HTML file. So whatever, making edits. Okay, so I've made my edits. I'm ready to check things in. I still will git add. I still will do all the same stuff as before. I'll git add. So, I've made edits to style and HTML. These two files are now added to staging, same as before. I git commit. I commit those changes, but they're committed to this branch here. So this is at the most recent version of this branch after my commits. But I need to get these changes up here. So I'm going to actually check out the master now. Now that I've made my edits to styling, I want to go up there. So I'll git checkout master. So I'm now over here. I'll note just over here that this is master now. So the command to merge changes is git merge name of branch, but you want to do it from the branch you're going to merge into. So I'm in master. I can say git merge styling. Now, what git does with this command is really cool. It's going to know if there are any differences between the files as they exist in master versus the files as they exist in styling. Even more cool is it's going to know line by line what's different from master to styling, because the thing we want to avoid are file conflicts. If someone had made a change to index before I've checked in and merged my changes from styling, I'll need to resolve those file conflicts, which we'll get to in later sections. But just be aware that that is sort of the types of problems we'll have to deal with when branching and merging are file conflicts. That's the biggest problem for us doing this. So I'm in master. I've merged styling. And it's going to ask me after I've merged if I want to immediately commit. It's going to immediately ask me to commit these changes. As long as that there's no file conflicts, if I merge, I'm committing. So I've merged, I'm on master. And if I wanted to go back to styling, I could keep this branch around. A lot of times branches are there for a particular feature, and when that feature is done, you could just delete the branch, and then when you're ready for another branch, you just make a new branch and go over there. Other times branches are kept around, and in which case you can just recheck out that branch. Make sure you merge master so that any changes since you last worked on styling are reflected. So you're going to want to recheck out styling, merge whatever changes have happened to master since you were last there, and then repeat the process.